What's going on, everyone? Austin John Place here, and today I'm going to be going over a really easy way for you to get anywhere that you want by just flying forever in Echoes of Wisdom. Anytime release weekend happens and a whole bunch of people get the game, a piece of information comes out and it's so widespread and there's 50,000 TikToks about it and Instagram reels, and I have no way to track down the original source to anything. So I have no idea who originally found this, but I've seen this everywhere, and if you haven't seen it, I want to share it with you. This trick is going to allow you to make your way pretty much anywhere on the map that you want at any altitude very, very fast, very easy, and just with ignoring all the obstacles. And it has to do with a simple thing of a crow. You could use a regular crow or the arbitral, but the guy, however that's pronounced, the guy over there, guy is going to make it so that you can actually move the fastest. It's a little bit trickier to actually get a hold on than some of the other ones. And bait. That's it. Either meat or grilled fish. So if you put out an echo and then you put out grilled fish, your crow's going to be like, yum, I really want to eat this. And then he's going to get real distracted and he's going to go and munch down on it, right? How this works is basically the same concept as hanging a carrot in front of a donkey to get your cart to move. Take your guai, immediately spawn it into existence, Z target it and grab it. So press Y, hold ZL, tap X. And you need to do it kind of fast, because if you don't do it fast enough, it's impossible to grab this guy once he reaches max altitude, because try just isn't fast enough. So spawn, target, grab. And then once you actually have him, go ahead and take out your grilled fish or your meat or whatever bait that you want, put it down, your guy's gonna immediately get excited and lift it above your head. Now, while holding R, your crow is going to fly in the direction of your meat. Let me hide my face here. And as you're going through, your altitude is going to be slightly increasing with the guai. Oh, I accidentally stumbled into one of Dompe's start locations. Not now, Dompe. That's a later thing. We're going to do that later, okay? And now the nice part is, because you're using bait, even if there is an enemy nearby that might be distracting, it's not actually going to be doing anything. Oh, who's that person? Why don't you go talk to that person? We outflew the crow, and this is the reason you don't want the base level crow, but the guai, because he's a lot faster at getting around places. Now, if you're going through an area with multiple different heights, like getting into the Goron area, the Mount Lanayru, or having to deal with water over Zora's Cove or anything else, this is fantastic. Now, you see how I had that little bit of a white border show up? That means that we're reaching max altitude. And once you reach max altitude, you're actually going to be whiting out. And because I released R and then grabbed R again, my crow is now in a downward spiral. And he'll do that until you actually reach the ground or water or whatever comes first. Okay, so bed, stand on top of the bed, grab the grilled fish, and now we follow. And just like that, we're once again now flying in whatever direction that we want. Oh, I got stuck on this lamppost that I didn't even know that we could get stuck on that. What I think is happening is he's actually too close to me right now, and because of that, he can actually reach the fish, so he's going in between reaching it and not reaching it. So it looks like just as long as you aren't caught on anything, you're gonna be absolutely fine. Once you hit a ledge, you start running into an issue. So in order to have the best experience, you wanna be on a ledge or somewhere high enough, and then you're off. And the higher you are to begin with, the better off you're gonna be, because you get more airtime and less to worry about. This is my first time just going at a straight altitude. More times than not, he's above me. I think that has to do with when I grabbed him. I think the best execution of this can be seen by already being at a high altitude, right here on top of this wall. Go ahead, lift this up, and now we're off to the races. And I just think this is a fantastic way for you to get over an area, for you to explore new parts of the map. Keep in mind, you can pull your map up while you're following one of your echoes. Quote unquote following, even though, you know, he's right behind us. So just a little refinement that can actually make it so you can fly completely across the map. If you tap R really quickly, you're gonna fall down and then regain your height, but the crow's height in reference to yours is gonna be different. Instead, you wanna fall completely down to the ground and then just restart your flight, which is gonna maintain the distance between you and the crow. Now, the crow may get ever so slightly closer to the meat and then eventually reach it the further you go. So the further you start away, the better off you are. And doing this, you can get pretty much anywhere on the map that you want to go without worrying about the height restriction. Another neat little trick that I've been seeing has to do with a bed and a tornado. Because every time that you spawn the tornado into the world, he's going to be shooting that bed super high up in the air. If I stand at the front of the bed, do I get a better distance? No, he has to be on top of the bed. Yeah. And then it's just like this big jump up in the air. The only bad part of this has to do with how quickly you're going to be hitting that max altitude. And then once you do, you white out to back when you were on the ground. I'm sure that there's like a perfect balance of when to actually go about hitting it. It's weird because once it hits its max height, it just falls straight flat. I mean, listen, you need to get up somewhere fast. That's probably a great way to do it. It's a situation where there's a lot of enemies and Spider's gonna get distracted. Just go ahead, plop down bed, hop on top of bed, take out tornado, not deal with the enemies. Hop off at wherever you need to go. So if you ever need like a large amount of vertical traverse, because I was on the cliff, I was too high. Really? You know what? Seeing this Tech-Tyke here makes me wonder, what about a Tech-Tyke? Do you get distracted by bait? Oh, you don't like bait. No, don't like bait. I think it's interesting just how the bait can attract the enemies that you're with, and in some very specific cases, may be useful. Is it more useful than the plat boom? Well, you know, that first run that I had where I was able to go across the entire map that quickly, yeah, that was pretty fantastic. But plat boom on being able to bring you up so high so easily, if you just need vertical, that's probably the way to go. Can I now spawn the crow and then go for a ride? Oh, crow flies straight up and then we white out. Yeah. Looks like the developers didn't want you flying too high for too long. If there's any other neat tricks that you found, leave them down below. If there's something that's super duper helpful, definitely want to make a video about it. If it's sort of, you know, very niche useful things like this, might make a video going forward. And if you see a comment that has something that's neat and you try it out and it's tried and true 100%, definitely like their comments so that thing gets boosted up and I see it right at the top there. Well, great. If you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.